Okay, beautiful. So, I always say I'm gonna make these quick, but it usually never goes that way. But I kind of just want to hop into this because I have a group chat with a few of my business partners, and right now we're trying to get up in. We're trying to. I hate that word. We're working on building our business, and we're working on becoming better versions of ourselves, and we're working on doing better from where we are now, right? Just overall, we're working on being better. And I texted in the group chat, I said, guys, what if we actually challenge ourselves this 90 days? Like, what if we actually pushed ourselves to a new mental muscle? Like a new mental muscle. And what I mean by that is like, if you ever, and I gave this analogy when I was sending over the voice memo, I was like, yo, the best analogy I can give is like, have you ever worked out and for the entire workout you superset it, and you only give yourself 20 seconds of rest time in between sets? So let's say, for example, you did squat and then you superset it with calf raises, and then so you squat, go straight into calf raises right after that, and then you only give yourself 20 seconds of rest time and then go back into it. That entire workout is gonna be rough. But now you pushed yourself to a new standard and now a new mental a new mental building block has been discovered and it has been placed. And you can only build from there. And I'm bringing this up because sometimes when you're in an environment where the standard isn't raised, where the standard isn't pushed, where the standard isn't high, you don't move. You stay stagnant. And if you're someone in the environment, someone in the group where you're like, yo, there needs to be something done. There something needs to be better. Like, we need to do better from where we are now, but you don't say anything about it. That's horrible. That is horrible. And even though my business partners have been doing this far longer than me. I mean, almost half a decade, if not more. And I'm only 2 years in. And I said to them, I was like, yo, we need to raise the standard. Somebody who's only 2 years into the business said, we need to raise the standard because we are not where we need to be and we are not where we want to be. We need to raise the standard, not just for our work ethic, but for ourselves, period. We need to do better. And the only way we're going to do better is by raising the standard. And it's not easy. It's not easy to call on people. It's not easy to speak up and say, hey, we need to do better. Like, it's not easy. But when that thought crosses your mind and there's nothing that can come wrong out of not presenting, but acknowledging there needs to be better, why not speak up? Speak up. Speak up for yourself. Speak up for your environment. Speak up for the people around you. Because sometimes they might be thinking the same thing as like, yo, they're right. Like, I've been wanting, but they are right, man. They are right. And it may not just be for you, or not for you, but it may not just be for your environment, but it also may be for you. Like, you have thought about time and time again, man, I need to start changing. Man, I really need to change. Man, something needs to change. But you're just so, that's not a word. You are in the cycle of your current circumstance. It's habitual. Nothing's changing. And it sucks. Because I've been there. I've been in that cycle. To be like, man, I want to do better, but what am I going to do? You're a slave to your own daily task. You're a slave to your own routine. And that's the worst part about it is if you know something needs to change and something needs to be done, but you do nothing about it, that is, I can't even give an analogy about how bad that is. That's like knowing you could run a mile in 4 minutes, but you decide to walk anyways. Like that's the best analogy I could probably give. I guarantee after I make this video, I probably come up with a better analogy, but that's the best analogy I can give up right now. You can have better. You can find better. You can do better. You know what's funny? It's and this, I'm gonna loop back around to this, but just because the environment in which you are living in, or maybe the environment in which you were born in wasn't perfect, it was really messy, that doesn't mean you can't have better. That doesn't mean there isn't better out there for you. King Solomon, one of the richest men of all time and one of the wisest men of all time. How was he born? He was born of a woman and a father who committed adultery. A mother who cheated on her husband or fiance, I can't remember which one. Her father, or his father, David, had, I think it was Bethsaida, her husband killed. And because of that, God saw what David did, and God, not cursed, but punished David for those actions. That was a messy, that was a messy beginning. And before Solomon was even born, all this was happening. And then he was born. I guarantee Solomon was made fun of because of the parents he had, the mother he had, the father he had. It's messy. It's rough. Especially when the kingdom, probably the entire kingdom knows about it. But Solomon asked for one thing. And he asked for the wisdom to be able to serve God's people. He asked God for his help to help God's people and the people of God's kingdom. And God was pleased by it. You know what he did? He granted him not just wisdom, but riches beyond his means that he didn't ask for. God gave Solomon more than what he asked for because God was pleased by the heart that he had asked for by God. So, and you see it time like Jesus was born in the hood. In the hood. Joseph, his brothers had him sold off, became ruler of Egypt. And it's hard to adopt a positive mindset in difficult times. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. But I think it's a blessing because it is now a mental muscle that you have built that no matter the times, no matter good, bad, ugly, you can still find a way to smile in the difficult times of God's plan. I bring this up because, like I said before, becoming better in an environment that is messy can be risky. It can be risky. People who judge you, people who laugh at you, the ones that you love no longer respect you, no longer support you. It's not easy. It's not easy. People will tell you you shouldn't be doing certain things. People will tell you that you should be doing other things. People will tell you that you won't make it. Like, who do you think you are? You're not going to be any more than what you've been around. What makes you think things are going to change for you? You'll be just like your dad. Nothing's going to change for you. But I'm here to tell you can. You can change. For as long as that you keep that in here and you believe that what you see, what you want in your heart, and you truly believe, like, yes, I know I can have this. Like, I cannot settle less than this. You can have it. And I'm telling this from a perspective that I haven't even been there yet. I'm not trying to speak upon what everybody else says on social media, but I'm saying this because 2 years ago, I told myself I would not be in the same situation I am now. 2 years later, I'm not in the same situation. I'm about to get an apartment. I have a new car. I'm in a way better situation. And God is molding me to become the man I asked to be. A man of wisdom and a man to serve God's people. And I think that's how Solomon was able to do it so well, because of the wisdom he had and for what people were willing to listen to, which was the value that he was able to give, which was wisdom. It's a beautiful thing. I don't know what it is either. I think I'm a real sucker for wisdom. I don't know what it is, but whenever especially the Bible, but whenever I hear some type of wise quote or some type of wise speech, story, whatever it is, I gravitate towards it so strongly. Even if it's something like a stranger said, and they're not all that wise, but they said something that they didn't perceive as wise, but I thought to myself, and how I interpreted it, I was like, that's very wise, you know? It's funny. One of my coworkers, he's an atheist, and I pray for him. And I remember he was telling me a story about him talking to our boss, and he had made a mistake about like cleaning up the car or whatever, and our boss was like, "Oh, great job there, bud," and he was like, "Chief, if you're not making a mistake every day, you ain't living." I thought that was very wise. But, I mean, it's really it's funny, but it is wise underneath the humor. So it's little things. I try to pick bits and pieces every single day from the words in which people give to me and how I perceive it, and if it could be of value to my life or maybe someone else's. Because sometimes when you're given certain tools or certain values, it may not be for you, but for you to pass down to people. But I actually am going to cut it short. That's crazy. I didn't think I was going to actually go short. But sum it all up, the environment in which you were in was not to show you who you are, but to give you a story to give you a story to tell people for where you've come from. And you can either choose to stay in that environment, choose to stay around those kind of people, or you can see it as a building block to where you want to be. And either way, neither of it is wrong. I'm not going to sit here and tell you your environment is a bad environment. Because every single one of us, we are raised differently. We are raised in different backgrounds. But this is what I will say. If you are in an environment right now where you cannot imagine yourself being in, and you want better out of your life, I will tell you from experience, you can have it. You can have it. And the beautiful part about it is even though people will say they're proud of you, people will tell you, you're doing great, kid. You switched up on us, or you're not the same anymore, or people don't support you anymore. I will tell you this, if you leave that environment that you believe that you cannot settle for, you will be at so much peace, more than you know. And I think from then, because of how you grew up, and not even just how you grew up, but the environment in which you came from, that is almost like a blueprint for you to know what not to do. And you know now, just to compare from that, what you don't want out of your life. So there is good and there is bad. But the perspective is for on you to choose.